If you've ever traveled abroad, you've probably figured out pretty quickly that there's the standard run-of-the-mill guidebook advice, and then there's the actual inside scoop, the stuff locals know. Well, today we're diving into exactly that. We're looking at things foreigners absolutely wish they knew before visiting Brazil. In this explainer, we're going to walk through some crucial insider tips designed specifically to save you from those super common tourist pitfalls and honestly, to completely transform your entire trip.
So let's just tackle a massive misconception right out of the gate. Portuguese is not Spanish. I know, it seems like such a totally simple statement, right? But assuming these two languages are exactly the same, or even just assuming you can comfortably get by using Spanish while you're in Brazil, well, that's a critical error. Falling into that, oh, it's basically Spanish trap will absolutely negatively impact how you navigate the country and, more importantly, how the locals actually perceive your efforts.
Right. Let's start from the very beginning. Section 1. Before you pack.
Now, you might be thinking that packing fewer clothes is your absolute top priority before a big trip. But consider this for a second. Mastering how to say pão, which is the Portuguese word for bread, is honestly just as important as packing light. Why? Well, because mastering specific, everyday words like that is going to save you from some very funny and potentially very awkward moments at the local bakery. I mean, you can always go buy a new t-shirt if you underpack, right? But if you totally butcher basic daily words, you're going to find yourself in some pretty tricky situations. It's just a fantastic contrast between prepping your physical baggage and your cultural preparation. Moving right along to Section 2, Avoiding Awkward Moments.
Close car doors gently. I've got to say, I absolutely love this one. Out of all the broad travel advice in the whole world, this is just so incredibly specific. But it turns out, if you're hopping in and out of cabs or ride shares all day, slamming the door is actually a massive, jarring faux pas in Brazil. Who knew, right? But the little things truly do matter here. And slamming a car door is a really, really quick way to create a genuinely awkward vibe with a local driver.
And that brings us to Section 3, the post-travel reality.
Post-travel depression, because Brazil is perfect. Wow, what a bold, incredible claim. There are literally no qualifiers here. The country is just simply perfect. And because of that absolute perfection, you're inevitably going to feel a major slump when you finally have to pack up and leave. It's a ringing endorsement of the destination, uniquely framed through the exact lens of how much you are going to miss it once you're back home.
So how do you actually unlock this perfect experience that leads to such a strong emotional attachment in the first place? Well, it really comes down to these three things. First, speaking Portuguese changes the experience entirely. Second, it allows you to truly connect with Brazilians. And third, that connection is hands down the absolute best way possible to experience the culture. You see, the supposed perfection of the country isn't just about passively looking at the sights. No, the real depth of your experience is intrinsically tied to actively engaging with the language. That's the barrier you absolutely must cross to get the real, authentic experience.
And all of this builds into a super clear, step-by-step formula. Learn Portuguese, which directly leads to connecting with Brazilians, which ultimately changes your experience. And the best part is, you really don't have to figure it all out on your own. Taking online Portuguese lessons specifically designed for foreigners is the tangible key to unlocking this exact progression. The framework for success is laid out perfectly for you, basically transforming what could just be a simple vacation into a deeply immersive journey.
So after seeing how language is the ultimate gateway to navigating the culture, avoiding awkward little faux pas like slamming car doors, learning the absolutely crucial pronunciation of pão, and experiencing a truly unforgettable country, well, the only question left is, want to learn? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this sparked your curiosity to dive right in and experience it all for yourself.